welcome to Fundamentals of SQL. In this video, we're going to talk about unions and intersects. This is Dr. Sherry Hutchinson and John Hutchinson. Thank you.
Hi. In this video, we are going to discuss unions and intersects of sets. Unions combine data from two or more tables, like a join, or unions can combine two result sets from the same table. Unions combine rows from two or more sets. The joins we were doing before were based on a column match. Now we're going to talk about a row match. We're going to use two different tables, the employees and the customer tables, from the database called Sales Orders Example. The key to the union is that the columns from the two sets that you're going to be combining have to have the same number of columns, and the data types must be compatible. By default, union, if you just use the word union, is going to remove the duplicates. And if you want the duplicates, we're going to say union all. So let's use an example here, as I said, and I've already developed the query, but at the top you see use sales orders example. So we're going to be in the database called sales orders example, and we're going to combine the rows. I kind of put the employees table up at the top and the customers table over here at the bottom. We're going to combine the first name, the last name, and the city from the employees, and we're going to combine that, the rows, with the customer first name, the customer last name, and the customer city, as you can see here. Now, as I write it, we're going to say select distinct, and I brought over the employee first name, and I named that column first name, and then I brought the employee last name, and I call that the last name column. Then emp city, which is a column in the employees table, call that city from the employees table. Now the reason I have first name and last name at the top in the first set and not the second set is that it goes by the first select statement. So if I didn't have first name and last name, it would call the result set employee first name and employee last name and emp city. Now that's true for the employees, but it's not true for the customers. So I just want to call them first name, last name, and city. So we're going to union the union statement, the customers table data, cust first name, cust last name, and cust city. And again, I don't have to put the column names or any alias here in the customer table because it's going to go by the first select statement, and everything's going to be called first name and last name. So we have three columns, three at the top, and then three in the second set. So that's first criteria for union. And the second thing is each of the respective columns must be data compatible, which they are. The emp first name is a variable character of 25, and so is the last name, as is the customer first name and customer last name. And the city is a variable character also, and that's with 30 spaces, length of 30. So we have the same number of columns, and each of the columns are data compatible. So let's hit it. Execute. So as you can see in the results set, a first name, the last name, and the city. That's just as we wanted. And we have 35 rows. So let's say now any duplicates, if there were any, between employees and customers, because an employee could certainly be a customer of a company, would be excluded. Now let's say we want to find, let's say if there are duplicates. So we know we have 35 rows with this query. Let's add all to the end of our union statement. By doing so, it will include the duplicates if there are any. So remember, we had 35 records in this result set. So let's hit execute. Now, and I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but if you actually do this example yourself, you'll see there's 36 rows. So there was a duplicate. In other words, there was an employee who was also a customer. So let's, for fun, let's see who was in both sets. Now to see who is in both sets, we use the intersect statement. So let's comment out union all and say intersect. Now let's hit F5 or execute. And there it is. Kirk DeGrasse of San Antonio was both an employee and a customer. Now let's go. Alright, so that concludes our video on unions and intersects. Thank you very much.